Hey, logging in 2 minutes late today. Hopefully, you've been waiting for me. Let me go post a link on the homepage, denverguitarorchestra.com. We're going to be working on Lean On Me today. And, oops, I hit. I got to log in to that site too. Always logging in. Everywhere you go, you got to log in. Logged into that site. Let's go home. Hit edit page. Give me just one more minute. Maybe fast forward 1 minute, and then we'll get started. Link to join. Click the highlight link edit update. All right, so I think I'm back in business here. Let's go view the page, make sure we're in good shape, and then we'll get started. We're going to be working on Lean On Me, which you would have gotten from directly from me. That Christy revised over the weekend, and so we're going to work on that today. And you'll let me know if the sound is good. I'm going to go make sure I downloaded it. I'm not positive that I did. Storage. No, in fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't. Let's see. Guitar. Lean on me, tough. I did not. So let me download it really quickly here. I hope I have it up there. She did a really nice job on the rewrite. So give me just a second to get set up here. I apologize. I should have already had this done. Download guitar cloud. Nothing like watching me download sheet music, right? All right, there's that. Now we can go to there and now to there. And Denver guitar songs. That one. I don't remember if I actually posted the new ones. JK. Lean on me. Lean on me. Oh, I didn't. Okay, let me put those up really quick. Disappointing, Gary. I'm usually a little better prepared than this, guys. I apologize. Let me go to my downloads folder. There they are. All right, so give me one more second to connect this one. It's always something, isn't it? And then let's go to here. Go to the guitar, denverguitarorchestra.com, if you don't know, is the greatest site ever in the history of the world. You should go there and learn about the program we work on around here. Upload those two, Lean on Me Tough and Lean on Me Fingerstyle. Let me go back here to, where am I at now? Let me back out of here just a second. Denver Guitar Orchestra, songs. Scroll down, not that far. Lean on, nope. Lean on Me Tough, Lean on Me Fingerstyle. So we got two separate sheets, which I sent. Those of you guys that are in the know already have them. I'll download those both. We'll run through both of them today, see how they're playing, and make sure that everything makes sense on them. I get calls all the time from this one New York number. Someday I'm going to pick it up and find out who they are. And tell them to stop calling me. Okay, storage. Lean on me. Well, where'd they go? Back a little further out. Guitar. Lean on Me Fingerstyle. Go back one. Lean on Me Tough. Okay, here we go. All right, so hopefully you already have the sheet music. If not, you're going to sit and watch me make a ton of mistakes on my guitar. And see if I'm in tune today. Got my guitar that a friend of mine gave to me for free. It is. It sounds pretty good here. It is not necessarily the kind of guitar you would recommend to people. I notice the neck is starting to get pretty high on it, which means it's getting time that you would typically do a neck reset. But on a guitar of this vintage and this quality, you just play it with a high action. That'll work. Okay. All right. Well, let me push you guys back as far as I can. Try not to show the microphone because that looks like I am doing something fishy. Let's line this over here. All right. Lean on Me by arranged by Christy. Let's find out what we got going here. All right. We're going to start with the D chord. And I'm going to just pluck through the whole thing this way. And you guys can either decide whether you want to do thumb down or plucking. Either one makes sense. Okay. Coming from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes in my G chord with both fingers. Lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow, but if we were wrong, we know that. If we were wise, not wrong. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. There's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be and I'll be your strong, and I'll be your. So it should be 3, 2, 0 all on the same string, I think. So measure 10, I think, is 3, 2, 0. I think we probably tried to fix that and it made it worse. Okay, so let's go to measure 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Me when you're not strong, and I'll be your D chord friend. I'll help you carry on. And let's go to page 2. 4. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, call on me, brother. So this is, I skipped a line. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Measure 21 is where we're at. 21. For no one can what's the word? Oh, fill. Fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Just Pinky, just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Page 3. Let me move my microphones just a little bit and destroy your speakers at home. Page 3. Might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on me. And I went back to Strum. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on to. Put in that dramatic turnaround there. Go back to page 1. All right, and then let's see if we can sing and strum just a tiny bit better. Let me adjust this so I can get a little closer to my stuff. Can you still see my fingers? Yep, okay, somewhere in there. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes in your life, we all have pain. We all have sorrow, but if you were wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Page 2. But it won't be long till there it is, till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs. No one can fill. I'm going to get rid of that 0 there in 22. It's creating me some cognitive dissonance, and I don't like it. And this word, then this just becomes fill. Okay, so let's go back to 21. 1, 2, 3, 4. For no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Page 3 and go. Might have a problem that you understand. lean on me when you're not strong, and I'm be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to, second ending, lean on. I think it works. Okay, I think it works. Hopefully you guys are mostly playing through it. I made 2 adjustments. So in measure 22, I'm eliminating that 0, the second note, the 0. Christy has it as fill those of your, and I don't like it. But somebody might like it, right? So you might play it a few times. I'd say for 22, I'm going to get rid of that second 0. I just don't like it. And then what I think is an actual typo in measure 10, we've got strong. 3 2 0. So instead of which I think she's got 3 0 2, it drops too far. Okay, so you're coming in with G chord, 3 3 2 0 D chord, and that should solve that problem. So that's a pretty good piece of music. You got hopefully got all your notes and strums and plucks figured out. I would say go through, play the whole entire thing just with your claw. Play the whole thing. Then go back through, play the whole thing with your strum, and then try to find a nice balance between those two. I think I'm going to mostly strum, and then that middle section there, you just call on me, brother. Da, 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 dum. I think I'm going to pluck that. It feels like it's got a little bit of a jumpiness to it, so I'm probably going to pluck through there. Good job, Christy. Nice work. Okay, so we just got a couple of little last-minute changes on there. I think it works. I think it's a good piece of music. All right, now let's go look at her. She went ahead and put a fingerstyle arrangement together, so that's going to be something completely different. So let's do that and see what that looks like. All right. Kind of the big message with fingerstyle is something's going on in every eighth note, more or less, right? You don't want to take that as a hard and fast rule, but basically you don't want to have big, long continuous notes just ringing out on the guitar. That's what electric guitars are great at. Acoustic guitars, we kind of help them along a little bit, and so we need to do a little bit more work. And that involves, just putting in plucks out of the chord, usually, between all of the notes that are happening at any given time. Nothing particularly changes from tough to fingerstyle, except what you're doing on long notes. On long notes, we have this tendency just to let it ring out. Now we're going to be plucking, and that means that the chord's going to play a really valuable role in that you're going to hold on to that chord and you're not going to let it go. Okay, so you grab your D chord. First is 0 and 3. Sometime in your, okay, so you're just plucking. And really, I've got this funny little thing on my fingernail that's driving me wild today because I spend a lot of time plucking with my fingers, right? And so if I don't take just relentless care of my fingernails, then I start getting weird stuff happening to them, which I did not. I let them get away on me a little bit, and now I have this doggone painful piece of this fingernail putting up a fuss. And so, and that comes from playing fingerstyle, right? Playing this way. Okay, you're still going to do everything basically the same over on this end. It's just that where we would have gone sometimes in your, which is beautiful, right? Now we're going to add in a bunch of notes and usually right straight out of the chord. Sometime in your, go to your G chord, grab all of the stuff that you can, right? All 4 fingers. Lives. We all have pain. We all have sorrow. Go to the A chord, O. But if we were wise, we know that there's always two. A chord, ma, ro, lean on me when you're not. G chord, strong, and I'll be your. So we got to change that. Same thing here. 3-2-0. Under B should be a 2 on that same string, and under your should be a 0 under that. Okay. Copy, paste. And that's what happened there. Okay. Measure 10. Strong, and I'll be your. She got an extra note there for something. Oh, I don't know what this note's doing here. No. Okay. Oh, she got an extra note in there. Let me see if I can figure this out. And I'll be your. I think I gotta find another place to put an extra note in there. So yeah, there's an eighth note missing for some reason. Let's go on to 11. We'll worry about it later. Friend. Playing on the. Oh, we're going to do this. Okay. Friend. I'll help you. D chord. Carry. A chord on. 4. It won't be G chord long till I'm gonna D chord. Big jump here. Need somebody to A chord. Lean on. I don't really like the flow of that arpeggio through there, so I may go in through and take a look at that and see if we can't do something a little bit more efficient with there. But Christy may love it that way, right? She's entitled. Go to please swallow your G chord pride. If I have things you need to borrow. For no one can. G chord on page 3. Fill those of your needs that you won't. A 7. Let's show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all to lean on. I just might have a problem that you, where's my four? You understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not G chord strong, and I'll be your friend, friend, friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be G chord long till I'm gonna meet somebody to lean on. Okay, let's go back through and play it one last time. We can go all the way to the top. I'll try to keep going, right? I'm still trying to work through the different things on here. From the top, 1, 2, ready, play. Page 2. Sorry, guys. I'll help you on. G chord on 18. 3, go. You just okay. Let's go on the last page. Measure 34, G chord. And that's major 37. Second ending. Okay, so it's definitely pretty close. There's moments where it's just going along, really flowing pretty well, and then there's moments where I'm getting stuck up, going, "What's she up to here?" and seeing, and so I'm going to play it a few times more through, and then maybe send Christy an email and say, "Here's some things I think I would do differently." But she, again, it's her arrangement, so she doesn't have to listen to me. But it gives you a chance to just see my process of going through and saying, "All right, here's this. Well, that makes sense. That doesn't make sense," and trying to make it into a song that I can play myself. And I would say, at least at first blush, it's pretty playable, pretty nice. Just keeps that motion going forward. I think there are places where I would probably have done one note and she's done a different note, and that's throwing me a little bit. So I got to figure out, hey, does her way of doing it make more sense and sound better? Is it cool enough that I would abandon my way of doing it in preference for her way of doing it? Again, we're talking fingerstyle guitar, so you get to decide who's in charge here. And I usually am pretty respectful of the original arranger, saying, they probably put this because it was working for them. They were playing it in such a way that whatever they were doing was making sense to them. When I then take it and I have different techniques or different tendencies, some things will fight, and some things will make perfect sense. And so in places here, this is making it's exactly what I would have written. Other places, when it's not that, then I feel myself going, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? And so I'm hoping that those differences are making it more beneficial and more interesting for me to play. Sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not. But in any event, if you need the sheet music, toss me an email. I'll tell you how you go about getting it. And then, like I say, I'm going to play through this a half a dozen more times, and then I'll probably send Christy a note and say, hey, I think these are some things you might want to look at. And she's usually on top of stuff, right? She usually just says, oh, well, no, Gary, we're not doing it that way. And sometimes she does what I ask her to do, and sometimes not. But, we want her to feel like, yep, I got a really solid arrangement on here. And usually most arrangers are pretty open to feedback. That, hey, I've been playing this over and over. I think it would sound better this way or that way. And if they have time, they look at it. And if they don't, then you just keep it your way, right? So, anyway, this is a good start. I will, if you have a copy of this and already, I know who you are, and I will run through this enough times where I feel comfy playing it, and then by Thursday, I want to have a really solid effort on the final concert for this piece. It should come together really nice. We should have a situation where we can go through, we can play the tough uke one time through, then we'll go through and play the fingerstyle one time through, and then maybe have a discussion about the differences between those two versions, and could we create one omnibus version where they are both together. That's where my tendency is when I'm working on a true fingerstyle arrangement, is boy, I'd like to start with the tough uke and then add to that, rather than coming up with a straight on arpeggiated version of that, which is, Christy didn't do exactly that, but a little bit more in that tendency. And so we'll go through and we'll try it, and we'll see what we end up with it as the final version here. And of course, the final version on paper and the final version out of your guitar will probably be significantly different, and that's okay. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to be taking the paper and turning it into our own thing that we want to do. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope the sound was good. None of you piped in and let me know if it was. So I'm going to assume it was great. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to dig into the legendary, the very obscure and relatively unknown song called Happy Birthday. It is now officially a public domain song, and anybody can sing it. And so we're going to dig into that one. It's harder than you win it to be. It's weird that it's a level 3 song, but it is in fact a level 3 song. So there we go. Hope you're having a great day. Please stay inside and use a mask and all that stuff. Stay away from people. It's brutal what's going on out there, and you don't need to be a part of it. So take care of yourself. I will see all of you guys hopefully tomorrow, and have a wonderful evening.